I need you to hear this. And I think you really need to hear it because I just keep feeling the adversary stopping me from saying it, stopping me from saying anything. And so I am throwing out all of the rules that I've learned for YouTube of how to make a great video and how to start it and how to title it, like all the things. I'm just throwing that out just in an effort to get this information to you. So if you see this, then that means you really need to see it because I'm just pushing play and posting it and not worrying about all the extra stuff and all the things I've learned and all the techniques to get it seen on YouTube. So here it is. The adversary, Satan, however you want to call him, is real, and he is there to stop you from having an amazing life. He is there in so many ways, so many more ways than what I have given him credit for. And I don't want to give him credit, obviously, but I have been learning about the ways that he comes in and tries to ruin our lives and stop us. And I kind of thought it was just in the big things, but it's really in the small daily things, and that is through our thoughts. He can mimic our thoughts and mimic the things in our head to make it seem like it's coming from us and make it seem like, you know, we are self-sabotaging ourselves and doing all these things to make it so we're not like accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. But it really is coming from the adversary. And when we can recognize that and call it for what it is, call him out for who he is, we can stop that, and we can. There's a mower going on. So again, I'm just trying to get this information out to you. And I started this YouTube channel so that I could help people, so I could help them grow closer to God and to feel up his love and to encourage you to just like go after your life and do the things that you want to do. And I'm trying to do it in a systematic way and do it so that YouTube will have the video go and more people can hear it and more people can be changed. But it just feels like that's not really working. I'm getting just a handful of people here and there. And so the adversary, Satan, has been coming into my mind and telling me things like, it's not worth it. Like, don't keep posting. It's not worth your time. You're not getting any traction. You don't need to do that anymore. And I'm calling it for what it is. And I'm calling it to stop and say no. Just the sheer fact that he doesn't want me to do this and doesn't want me to post videos and wants to make me feel like it has to be perfect and I have to say it and talk in a certain way, that shows me that I am onto something and I am saying something that's helping people, because if it wasn't, then he wouldn't care. He would just let me go about my day. But I do feel him stopping me. So, again, I feel like I'm kind of rambling, but this is the information I want to get across to you. The kind of the thing that spurred it is I read a book, and it's called, what is it? I cannot think of the name of it right now. Well, okay, let me find it. I'll post it in the link below, but it is Dennis Deaton, I think. But anyways, it's so good, and it just like opened my mind and my heart to calling out my thoughts and knowing like my thoughts are not me all the time, and that my thought can change everything and it can change my life. And I've known that, and I have I followed that. But this time it's been put into a spiritual aspect, and it just kind of illuminated stuff for me. So I'm going to share that book below. But what I also wanted to share was I take a walk every morning and I listen to podcasts and talks and anything that's just going to like fill my mind with light and joy and happiness and set my day up for success. So this morning on my walk, I listened to a YouTube video about this girl who she said she completely changed her life in 30 days because of how she prayed. And she said that she finally decided to surrender to God and let him take over and do things and just take over her life. And she was like micromanaging and pushing and like wanting it to be a certain way. And she got to the point that she's just like, I can't do anymore. And she prayed and she just let God take over her life. And these miracles occurred. Like things started falling into place and the things that she needed and wanted really worked out. And so I was asking myself questions like after that, like while I was walking and thinking, okay, so what does it look like? So I was praying as I'm walking and I asked Heavenly Father, what does it look like to surrender to you? And I wrote it down while I was walking. Okay, so the question that I had for God was, what can I do to surrender while still feeling proactive? So I feel like sometimes my mind will tell me, okay, if you surrender, you're just not doing anything. You're being lazy, or like you have to do something. And the thought came to my mind was that surrendering is, it's not doing nothing. It's still, Heavenly Father told me, it's still doing your to-do list. You're still doing your daily list of the things that you want to do and feel like you need to do, but you do it in a joyful and peaceful way. You do it in a way that's like, okay, I'm going to enjoy this right now. I'm going to take this all in and I'm not going to have it feel like it's too much. On my walk, it was like really hot this morning and because I got out a little bit later. And so like normally I'll kind of walk, I walk about 4-ish miles and I go around this big loop kind of and then come back. But it is, the loop is like, there's really no trees or houses around where I'm walking. So if the sun's out, like it gets pretty hot. And so I decided that I would just like stay in the neighborhood and just like go kind of walk back and forth, walk on all the blocks where the houses were shading me. And as I was doing that, like normally, like if I go on that loop and it's too hot, I'm looking like way far in advance and I'm knowing like the exact loop that I'm taking and knowing I'm going to be hot the whole way because there's really no shade. And so it kind of takes away the present moment of me like enjoying the walk and enjoying it right then because I'm like looking ahead and looking at that loop. But this time I had the thought of like, okay, I am walking in the shade and just like I'm just seeing just a block ahead of me and that is how, and I can enjoy that block. I can enjoy it and I don't look ahead. And I hope this is making sense, but I attributed it to and had it feel the same way as like in life, in my day. Like if I start looking really far ahead and like, okay, this and this needs to happen and how am I going to do that and what's going to happen and I might be uncomfortable, then like I really lose that moment of joy. Like it takes away my joy from in the moment. And so if I can look at my life and like I know all the things that I want and need to happen, but if I can just chunk it down into just for today. So many times Heavenly Father has said, okay, Katie, just for today, just hand it over to me. Just for today. And I think he tells me that because if I say, okay, I'm going to hand everything over to you and I'm going to let you take it, like my mind gets like, oh, how does it look like? What's it going to happen? But if I can chunk it down to just be like, okay, just for today, I'm going to hand it over to you. I can do that. I can hand it to God just for today. And so that's what surrendering for me can look like, and still being proactive. Like, just for today, I'm going to hand it over to God, and I'm going to let him take care of it, and anticipate the joy and excitement and all the things that are going to happen today, because it's just for today. I can do it just for today. The other insight I had when I was on my walk was I started to pray, and I looked down, and there was this grasshopper that was on the sidewalk in front of me, and it was just this teeny grasshopper. And when I took a step forward, it made a jump, and it jumped so high. It was like up to my waist, and moved off the path. And my immediate thought was like, holy cow, like that grasshopper is so tiny compared to how high it can jump. And Heavenly Father used that immediately as a learning lesson for me. He said, Katie, the way that grasshopper can jump so high is because I designed it that way. I designed it to, even though it has a little tiny body and legs, I designed it to be able to jump that high. And he applied that to myself. Like, even though I have like a small ability personally to do it and to have the things I want to do those things that I want to do, Heavenly Father's designed me through him to be able to magnify that and jump so high and get to where I want to be, even though my abilities are so small. And I thought that was a really cool representation of Heavenly Father has given us so much power to do and become who we are meant to become. And it is through him and through Jesus Christ that we can multiply that and jump so high and be able to attain the things that we want. Because he designed us that way. He designed us to accomplish and have and be and do so much. And I know it's through him. And as we surrender and like give ourselves and give our thoughts and our everything over to him, he's really going to just explode what we can do ourselves. Sorry, I feel like this is so scattered, but I really feel like I still need to just post it, even though it's not perfect, even though I don't feel like I really said exactly what I wanted to say. But I feel like you need to hear. Somebody needs to hear it, and maybe you have Heavenly Father will make it so it'll make sense in your mind. That's my hope. And also, one of the biggest things that I feel like I can give to people, and I feel like that has helped me the most, is the ability that I have to receive personal revelation. The ability I have to talk with God and to hear him. And I feel like it's such a vital thing that we all need to figure out how to do and how to do it better. And for me, it's been a process of testing it out, of talking with God, hearing an answer, and trusting that answer is really coming from God, and just trusting it, moving forward with it. And I have found that as I trust and move forward, then my ability to hear him just increases. And I think that's faith. That's faith that's having faith that we are really hearing from God and acting on it. One of the thoughts that I've had this week that I didn't want to do, and that I feel like Satan has been trying to like get me not to do. I have a million reasons why I don't want to do it. And that is to interview people and ask people that I love and respect and who I know receive personal revelation. I want to ask them how they receive personal revelation, how they do it. Because I feel like as we can all hear examples of how it's working in other people's lives, we can apply that, and it might spark something in our own life to help us. So I really want to do that. I'm putting it out there so that I will hold myself accountable and ask these people. I'm not really worried about asking, like, it's just, I like to just do things myself and not have to ask anybody else. And I know that that is coming from the adversary too, that he is, if I do put myself out there and ask for other people to be a part of it, it's going to be amazing. And he doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want that information to be shared. So I'm going to get past that. I'm going to look Satan in the face and say, no, I know that's you. And ask some people to do this interview with me about how they receive personal revelation. So anyways, if you want to hear that, stay tuned. I'd love to hear your thoughts, interaction, what you're thinking. And yeah, talk to you soon.